Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in the pristine, untouched wilderness of the Calmlands. Just wondering how we can plan it so that we would have to pay out the money on it. Because, you know, if we're using a machine and we've got to lease a machine, there's different ways that we can make these things work. And I'm just trying to, like, figure out what they might be, and then the loaning the money to the friend, we don't actually have to loan the money to anyone. We don't have to get rid of it at all. We can just say, right, well, there's 5,000 euros that we've got that is now earmarked for our friend, and we're not allowed to drop below that. And that adds an extra layer of complexity and challenge to what we're trying to do. So, I mean, all of these are good ideas. Now, I want to bring this cultivator. Actually, yes, I can put the cultivator in front of the roller. I mean, I'm probably going to be using the cultivator again very soon, so I don't actually need to take it off of this tractor. And I would rather leave it on this tractor, to be honest. I think I would rather just leave it on this tractor, because the cultivator is the one that is a bit of a nuisance and ended up on the roof of the shed last time round, which really wasn't what we wanted to do. However, it is appreciated, the comments that I got on that, which was, a lot of you really liked that, because, especially, Khan Wolf wrote out a very nice piece, which I really appreciated, actually. Said that you'd like me leaving in the little mistakes and stuff that happen, because these things happen to all of you when you play. You get a mod, and, oh, this is going to be really good, and then it ends up being a total and utter disaster. And just little things like that. And so me leaving in my experience with, for example, the cultivator climbing up onto the roof on the shed up there, you liked it because the same thing happens to you when you play the game. You have these things happen to you. It's just that by me showing them, because I could have re-recorded that and left out, and so I had a perfect run and gave you only a perfect run on what I'd done, and you wouldn't have seen any of the errors and the mistakes. And so it was pointed out that by me leaving that in, I'm showing you that even though I'm trying to play this as a hardcore, realistic series, these things do happen with the mods. We are still playing a game. It is a game. It's a game. It's designed to have fun, and I'm having fun doing it. But you get these little frustrating things going on, and some of you seem to rather like that by me leaving it in, I'm showing that you aren't the only ones that suffer from these problems. And I'm pleased. I'm pleased that you like it, so I will continue to do that. Now, we've only got this little tiny bit left on the side here. I'm getting a bit bored with just watching this, so let's go and have a little look. We've added in that one. I can't go and add in any more stones just at the moment, because they cost a fortune. So our stone wall that we're going to build all the way down through here, I'm going to leave that one be for a minute, and we'll go and have a look. I like this hedge up here that we've now got. Alright, that does look like a reasonable hedgerow. We're a little bit limited with some of the plants that we've got. See, I can go with some of these trees, yeah? The problem with that is that I don't actually like using trees for a hedgerow, especially close to the side of a field, because it ends up just being a bit of a jolly nuisance. They get in the way. So I don't really want to do that, unless I can find some really small... Okay, I found some really small ones. These are the answer to our problems, except these are 10 euros each, and that's a lot of money. Although that area there is not an area that we are currently using. So, I mean, if I keep these back a bit, if I put some of these up through here, if I kind of run... I'm going to do these evenly spaced. They're not going to... It's not going to be an exact science. It's basically an old hedgerow where some of these were planted, and so they've grown, and they've been growing for a while. And the thing is, with an old hedgerow, is some of the original trees will still be there, and some of them will have died off. So you'll have, like, several of them in patches, and then you'll have some that are left behind. So I don't want to put too many in, so I think that'll probably do. So there's our hedgerow that we've got. Now, I've got some more here. I'm going to put in just a couple of these bigger ones, but I don't want to use too many because they're expensive. So I'm just going to put that one there, and let's not get too close to the edge. There, right. Now, I've only got 300 euros left now, so maybe I should stop doing this. Ooh! Right, that's a nice sized tree, that is. But I've only got 300 left, so I'm going to stop. I'm not going to spend any more. We'll leave that for a minute. So we'll do trees along that top line, if I can get small enough trees to do it. And we'll have some other ones just... Well, we're going to stones up one side, so a stone wall, and then we'll have trees along the top, and then maybe a few little shrubs once I finish doing the trees. But I want to put the trees in first. And I don't think I'll end up having something above that. Don't think I will. Wait and see. You are almost done, and then we can skip the night, and then we got our next job to move on to. But actually, we've got 230 euros left. I don't want to go there. I want to go here. How are we looking for eggs? If I look in here, it's 1,262. Now, right now, we are in July, so the price of eggs is dropping. And it's going to drop even more for August. It drops right down there. So we're on 1262 right now. I'm not going to get very much because I haven't even got a pallet full at the moment. I've hardly got any chickens there. Like they're all still babies. So, I mean, maybe there'll be a few more of them next month. But the 300 euros that we got left is very, very... It's too low to be able to properly do a harvest. So we may have to, for our first job, gather up what we've got and take them up and sell them, which may be difficult because didn't I sell the trailer? I can't remember now. Right, that is the seed drill and the John Deere all washed off. There we go. So that can go back in the shed because I think I'm going to be wanting to put a trailer on this one next. Let's bring you back and I'll stick you in front of this one. Back in there. It really doesn't use very much seed at all for the oilseed radish. It's reasonably cheap other than the hired help costs. And oh no, I didn't. Right, that's okay. I've got the pallet trailer up there in the shed. That's fine. Right, that's a good thing. I'm happy with that. So we'll park you lot up there, and then we will sleep the night. Skip through. Bit of rain. Move on into August. The price for the eggs will have crashed at like 1,260 being offered for the eggs. Although now I'm on minus 122, so I got no hired help available, which is really inconvenient for me. It's not the one that I'm looking for there. Eggs right now, the price of eggs is 1,125, so they've gone down quite a bit. Not as much as I thought they would. They're higher now than they were last year. So maybe now is the time to sell the eggs. Let's go and have a look. The canola up there is ready to harvest, and the oats are ready to harvest as well. So if we do the oats first, we can then bale and move, and we've got 2 pallets of eggs here. They've come on quickly. So does that mean, let's have a look at the animals. Nope. Animals here. The chickens have given birth. We have another 99 of them. We need to wait 6 months before they start giving us any eggs. We've got these are not quite ready to give us eggs. These are giving us eggs. So we've still only got 100 chickens that are giving us eggs. We will have a lot more soon, just not yet. Now let's go racing up here. That one is ready, but it's August, and in August we're not. Yes, we are. So that one, as soon as I've got the money from the eggs, I can start planting canola in this field directly in front of us. Make some money from that. I'm confident that we can get a planter and a corn header in time, because all of the canola, we will be able to take that to the mill and turn that into oil. And it's the same with the oats that we get from the field here. We'll be able to take that and we'll be able to sell it, and we'll be able to make a fortune from it. Let's come over here and grab these two. So, not a... Oops, I didn't want to do that. I want to leave those on. I want to turn the thing off like that. We haven't got a lot in the way of eggs on here. I got 2,400 litres of eggs, and we get 1,200 per 1,000 litres of eggs, which means that we're going to get about 2,400, 2,800, 2,900 maybe for our eggs, which isn't a great deal, but that's enough to give us some money for using a hired help. And then we'll be able to get going, and we're going to do the oats first. So once the oats have been harvested, while we're baling that, the combine can be working in this field over here, harvesting the canola. The first of the canola will be taken straight up to the mill, although we'll already have oats up there by that point. Let's turn off here. The problem with this trailer is that it has a... like the AOE effect for where it picks up the pallets and that on the ground. It affects the oncoming traffic. So the traffic will stop. And if you're wanting to turn in and you want to wait for a car to go past, if you stop, the car will usually stop right in front of where you want to turn in, and then that makes life a little bit difficult for you. So that's something you've always got to sort of take into account. You have to stop like way before the entrance if you're going to be able to do that. If you want to be able to do that. See all the cars stopping? And that's just because of the auto-load. It's not just this trailer. It's any that use this auto-load script. For some reason, it has this big AOE effect that impacts all traffic that go anywhere near it. It's not a major thing. It's just slightly inconvenient when you're trying to move around. Right, that will slowly empty out those pallets there. Let's take that off. 16, 17, 18, 19, 2,000 euros. 2,702 euros. That's not too bad, actually. I don't mind that. I'm going to go in around here. Up and over and all the way through. I don't need to get any fuel, although I will need to get some fuel for the other tractor, I think. Well, I'm not sure about that. Let's go and have a look at that in a minute. I'll get this one back before I start doing the combining, because we're going to want this tractor running around with the trailer. We'll use this one to chase around with the trailer and keep the combine going. The other one... The other one I want working on the cultivator in the fields. How are we going to do this? Because I can only operate 2 machines at once. I cannot operate 3 machines because we've only got 2 workers here. It's myself and there's Sen. Sales is off at Culinary College and he's studying, so he's not here. So we've got 2 workers. Can't have any more until I've got housing for workers, which I don't have. Let's see, if I stop down here, then that car stops a little bit past the entrance to our place. So if I get 1 worker going in that field there with the cultivator, ready to start planting canola, the other worker will be driving the combine. The only thing I can do is the combine will have to stop, so we won't be able to move the tractor with the trailer until the combine has come to a complete halt, unless I go and stop the other one first. And yes, it's going to be a bit of hopping around and so on, but we do need... It's a hardcore series. We're supposed to try and stick to our rules a little bit. I can't say we can only have 2 workers and then have 3 workers. Even though, technically, I'm only having 2 hired helps, and then I've got me as well. We can't do that. I'm supposed to be one of those hired helps. That's how it works. That's how we were doing things. So let's bring you back over this way and grab our trailer. There we go. The oats that we get from this field, we're not going to keep them. They're going straight up to the mill, being tipped in there, and then he can start, the mill owner can start turning them into flour. So I'm going to take this tractor here. The combine is stopped. We're basically, what we're doing is we're combining and then we're driving over to the tractor and emptying out ourselves, or we're stopping the combine and we're bringing the tractor over to the combine. Like either or, it does actually work, and it's a believable, realistic type approach for how we could do things. So I'm quite happy with that. It's just going to take a bit of time and be a little bit inconvenient for us. I mean, the only other thing is the person doing the cultivating, they stop. We're in the combine and we get on the radio to them and they say, right, we're just about finished loading up the next tank. Can you bring the tractor over and empty us out? And that is also something that we could do. And it is something that I've done in real life. Been working in a field nearby when the combine has been doing a job that you don't fill up very quickly, like doing the OSR or the canola, or doing peas or something like that, because it's a slow job. And either you have just one person who's working on the trailers and they bring a trailer up and they just leave it in the field and they take the other one back and they empty it and do it like that, or they... Actually, that's what they did do. They brought the trailers up, and then when they lined 3 trailers up in the field, and then when the trailers were... We filled 2 of the trailers, then we got on a radio and we said to them, right, there's 2 full trailers here, we're just starting on the 3rd one, and then they came up from whatever job they were doing and took the filled trailers away from us and emptied them out and then brought them back again. And so that's what we're essentially going to be doing with the oats. I mean, admittedly, when I was harvesting oats, I was on trailers when we were doing the oats. But we didn't do it then. Like, the oats was filling up fast enough that you wouldn't have been able to go doing another job somewhere else. But that's what we're going to be doing here. So you get the idea. There's room for a bit of leeway on this, and I like that. All right, let's unfold this one. I think we've already got allow. Yes, we do. Turn the straw chopper off, and lift that one up. I've got a little tiny bit of straw dumped out there from the back of our combine. I'll pick that up with the baler before we get started. I'm just going to bring you up over this way. And I'm going to start on this side of the field. Head on down. First of the oats. Fire you up. And we're away. Right, so we should get a reasonable yield from this, because we've got 1 layer of fertilizer over everything, and then the second layer of fertilizer, I'm estimating that it covers probably 2/3 of the ground. It is a bit haphazard on the map, but it still covers it. So I'm estimating roughly 2/3 of what we've got is covered with fertilizer. So I think that we'll get a reasonable yield, which is good, because oats, they're worth a fair bit. And excuse me, yeah, oats are worth a fair bit. They're the best conversion rate on the mill as well. I think we get like 4 times the amount of flour that we do with some of the other crops. So oats is going to end up paying well. Now, this is the bit that I'm curious about going up here because of the convex curve that we've got here. I think it's convex. I said it before, and I don't remember which way round I said it, but Maltese Panda, he commented in the comment section. He's a maths teacher, so he knows all about which is the convex and which is the concave and so on. And he said whichever way round I said it last time was correct. But I can't remember which way round I said it last time, so now I may have gotten it wrong. But it seems like it's alright with this one. It's when you have the really wide headers on the combine, that's when it can start to cause problems. because the header grounds out on one side as you sort of going across the bit of slope, and then lifts the center of the header out of the crop, which then just makes the AI decide, well, not necessarily the AI, just makes the computer decide that actually, no, this header's not in any crop, despite the fact that it's buried so deep into the crop that's nosing into the ground, and then just doesn't cut it. Doesn't do anything for it at all. Which, to my mind, is inconvenient, to say the least. It's a bit of a jolly nuisance, and I wish it wouldn't do it. That's what we've got, so we'll just have to sort of work with it. Now, am I going to be able to do twice around the field? I'm thinking that for this one, we'll do twice round, and then we'll let the hired help carry on with the rest of it. So if I can get twice round, then we can empty out the combine, and then we can start doing the main bulk of the land work on here. Let's bring you on round again like that. Line it up fairly straight along here. I'll start the land work on the opposite side of the field to where I am now. It's going to be best for us. And then it can just work its way back across. This field, as we're oats at the moment, we're next. Barley. Barley will be going in this one. So this will be a second round that we'll be doing straw again in this field. So not only have we got straw in here now, we're going straight back into more straw for the next harvest, which means that we'll be able to make a little bit of extra money. Yeah, we don't make a huge amount because we do sell straight off the field, but we'll better make something. Don't think we'll be in a position to build any pig pen or anything like that, so that's going to have to wait a little bit. And I'm also very much aware that this series is now well into the 40s for episode count, but we are yet to acquire any pigs, and pigs is supposed to be the main attraction for the series. So this one could go on for a while. I don't know how long for, but I'm thinking that we could be here for a little while yet. Now, I'm rather liking this map, and a lot of you are saying that you actually rather like this map as well. So for the moment, it seems that everybody is reasonably happy with the map choice and what we're doing and the progress that we're making. So it's not like fast, but also at the same time I'm not doing anything that is game breaking or anything like that in order to hurry it along, and a lot of you appreciating that sort of aspect of it as well. Now what I'm going to do here, the same thing that I normally do when I'm working on edge of fields, I'm going to try and line up a piece here so that then the hired help will have an easier time with it. It's just this little pointy bit on the end here that's going to cause us some problems if I'm not careful. I've got to work it out exactly, and I'm not sure if I need to go up to the far end to start this off, or if I want to go to a little piece down here. We've got a small bit there that got missed. Not sure how that got missed. That would have been just the shape of the field, I guess, and then I missed it when I did the original planting. Something like that. Either that or I managed to break it somehow, and then I'm still not sure how I managed to do that. 5,200 litres. Back up there, let the last of the straw come out. Almost twice around the field. A little tiny bit there. I think if I was actually driving this combine in real life, I would have gone on just that little tiny bit extra, got that little extra bit of grain in there, and that's when you step hard on the brake and that extra bit of grain goes out in the cab roof and spills down over the side, and then you get in trouble for it. You get shouted at for doing that. So yeah, we don't want to do that. Right, so what we've done is we've parked up our combine right there, and now we've walked over and we've collected our tractor. We're bringing this one back over. We'll unload this, and then we'll take the tractor up over to the other side. Actually, no, we can leave the tractor right here. This one can just stop right there. That one can go out and run it through here. Be very careful See these spikes right here? It's not that spike. But you've also got these. These are called lifters. And if you've got a little bit of the crop that's lying over, like under normal circumstances, they don't do a lot. But if the crop is lying over slightly, those just lift up the crop just enough to hold it up off the ground, enough that then the knife can get in and properly cut it. And the year before, I went and worked on the place where I got to drive the Lexian combine for a summer. The year before I got there, they were doing something with the combine header. They had it up in the air, and it had these lifters on the front. I think they were actually changing a lifter. And one of the people that worked there, he was a student at the time, he turned round and did something, and then he turned back, and he tripped slightly, and he fell, and he went like that, and it went right into his shoulder. It went in pretty deep as well, apparently. He had to go to hospital, and he had to have some stitches. He was able to get back there the same afternoon, and he was able to carry on working, remarkably, despite having that sunk into his shoulder. So he went to hospital, and he had his shoulder stitched up, and then he came back, and he carried right on working, which pretty impressive, actually. I've got to say that is pretty impressive. I'm going to take this out here. I'm just going to dump that 25 litres that I've just picked up. Just in there. And I'm going to go on up this way. So, do I want to... Which way do I want to do this? That's more than a combine width. Looking at it there, do I want to go... Yeah, I think I do. I want to go this way. If I bring that in tight, it should go up, turn round, and then come back down the other way. And go all the way down. Actually, it won't. It's not going to go all the way down. So what I'll do instead then is if I bring it to here like this, and I just press the hired help and have the hired help here, AI worker I has completed their task. Now, they won't have completed it completely. It won't be completely completed, but it will be partly completed. So what we're going to do here, is that far enough over? I'm going to let him turn round so we can see if it's far enough over. I probably should have done 3 times around the outside of the field. That would have been better. Been easier for it to do its turning round. I was kind of impatient. I wanted it to get going. Is that going to go all the way up to the other end of the field or not? I don't think it is. I mean, he might, because the hired help is actually pretty good with that. It no longer seems to cut right into the crop. It will go all the way to the end of the field before it turns round. That looks like what he's going to do. Is he going to drop down here and cut a little piece? No, he is going to go all the way to the end of the field. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.